Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. If you're new to the channel, yes, on Thursdays, most weeks, we actually do the daily financial news at 7 o'clock. We do it at 7 o'clock on Thursdays because we have an amazing syndicator and expert, somebody who built up a portfolio and sold out at the peak. His name is Jonathan Twomley. So I make an exception on Thursdays. I get up a little bit earlier just for you so that we can do the daily financial news together because I think this is an important video to start your day. So welcome, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all of that great stuff. Couple of things to announce as we get started. First, 4 more cards are going out. Let's congratulate Jason, who is getting 2, and Brian, who is getting 2. Jason and Brian, congratulations. Your cards will go out in the mail today. Next, we had a challenge that started on June 1st, 2021. 500 deals as a team, as a group, as a family. And as you know, we got to that goal. I did something embarrassing. I dyed my hair purple, which I will admit only lasted about a week. I had no idea. I thought I'd have purple hair for a couple of weeks, but it washed out. So what are you going to do? But the big thing for me wasn't the purple hair. The big thing for me was sending a check to the Central Valley Food Bank. If you know my story at all, you know that when I was younger, food insecurity was a big deal. It is still some baggage or history or whatever you want to call it that I carry with me. I don't know. I can't get rid of it. So we sent off a $14,000 check yesterday. Total, because some folks donated directly. We, as a channel, as a family, as a group, sent off $15,000 together. I think that is amazing. I got a note from their director yesterday, who we will speak to. We're going to try to line up a quick Zoom call because I want you to hear from them, right? A lot of you donated. A lot of you are a part of this. They said that $15,000 would produce 101,000 meals. So I did some rough math together. We are providing 3 meals a day to 1,000 people for a month. So I want to congratulate you. I want to thank you. It is often about what we could do to impact others. It isn't about Ferraris and Lamborghinis and conspicuous consumption. It is about leaving this world just a little bit better than when you got it. And today, I put that check in the mail. I felt good. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, on to the news. It is a lot of stuff going on today that we really should talk about. First and foremost, I put out an important whiteboard video. Do me a favor, go to my playlist called Whiteboard. Look at the last video I did. The title was Just How Bad Will the Housing Market Get? That is my interpretation of the 8 questions about supply. I believe we have a new word that I have coined called supply destruction. I want you to understand what I'm thinking. I want you to understand what is going on because I believe the Federal Reserve inadvertently has created supply destruction in real estate. So check it out. It is a very important video. Next, I don't know if this surprises you, but the search for food stamps is up over 100% from 2019. Don't tell me this is an awesome economy. I understand the statistics, the $1.6 or $1.3 trillion in excess cash. I understand 3.8% unemployment. I understand 5% inflation. The economy is not in great shape. I don't believe it. Again, when you look at the economy from the average American, it is about to get worse. And consumer sentiment is pointing at that. So I do not have I do not have a very good expectation of the future. In fact, I did a whiteboard earlier in the week showing you that I think stagflation is with us all year, followed by a pretty nasty recession next year. So you can check that out as well. Bill Gross, someone I haven't talked about in a long time. I think he retired like 5 or 6 years ago, but he started PIMCO, what became the largest bond fund in the 80s. The reason he is important is because he was investing when we had really high rates and inflation, so I value his opinion there. He basically said, get ready for multiple years of inflation over 5%. So, folks, if you can get 30-year money today at 5%, which some of you still can, and inflation is 5%, you're essentially getting free money. It is kind of wacky when you look at it that way. Reading articles about independent truck drivers, right? We talk about gas. It took me over $100 to fill up my tank the other day. I was shocked. Really, it was like $119 to fill up my little car. It was crazy. Anyways, truck drivers are spending nearly $2 more a gallon. These are long haul truckers. They spend about $18,000 to $20,000 a year on diesel. Basically, this article indicated there's a lot of independent operators and they are about to go bankrupt. If you're not following John Burns Real Estate Consulting on Twitter, you are missing out on gold. I mean, just pure real estate gold. A part of John Burns, there's another guy named Rick Palacios. I've interviewed him a couple of times on this channel. Another really good follow on Twitter. This is what John Burns Real Estate Consulting said about Las Vegas, Nevada. Pay attention because this is coming to every housing market eventually. This is a builder, and these are in quotes. Clearing of those buyers who became unqualified due to interest rate hikes is almost a daily occurrence. Folks, I told you 2 weeks ago that this was occurring. A lot of you said, hogwash, the demand is too high. Folks, you're not paying attention. It starts with a trickle, then turns into a stream. This is going to be a problem. Builders in Las Vegas, Nevada are washing out demand. Yes, they probably have more demand than supply, but not endless amounts of demand. So this is happening. We had an important earnings announcements yesterday morning. RH, Restoration Hardware. I told you over the weekend that was going to be an important one. What was even more important was the conference call after the earnings. The CEO said, we have experienced softening demand throughout Q1. This could be a sign of further weakness in housing. Folks, Restoration Hardware, the stuff that they sell is even too expensive for me to buy. So again, if the high-end consumer is backing away, like I told you they are multiple times, we talked about autos, they're backing away. We talked about them being most fearful like a month ago. It's coming. Looks like the Dallas Fed has put out an article that many of you have sent me, and thank you. I even think Meet Kevin did a video on it. I think I listened to that while running yesterday. Apparently, they are seeing that there's a housing bubble brewing. Prices are unhinged from fundamentals. What I would tell the Dallas Fed is go back and calculate affordability. Housing in 2020, because of you, right? You right there, Mr. Dallas Fed. You actually created the most affordable market ever. You, Mr. Fed, have created an asset called the 30-year mortgage, which people will not sell. Watch my video that I did yesterday called Just How Bad Will It Get, Fed Presidents? You did that. Not good. What else do we got? iBuyers. iBuyers are interesting. iBuyers statistically across the country make up nothing. Zip, nothing, like 0.1%. However, apparently in a couple of markets, they're over 11%. That is meaningful. That will move the market. And if when they get washed out, I think iBuyers are done. I think iBuyers was a horrible business model that they executed at the perfect time, which bailed them out. I think most iBuyers will lose their ass and they'll be out of the market soon. But yeah, there are some markets that where iBuyers are so dominant, it could impact the prices. That's why all real estate is local. That is why you need a buy box. That is why you need to be daily disciplined. Everything that I talk about every day. We talked about kids yesterday. Remember that? $12,000 a year. Weddings. Weddings are back, folks. They are going to be bigger and badder and more expensive, right? 2 years of not doing them. We are estimated to have 2.6 million weddings this year. If you are one of them, congratulations from me to you. That is 400,000 more than 2019. Average guest count, 129. Average cost, $34,000. I mean, really, 34 grand for a 4-hour party? How about take that money and put it down on your first home? Let's get on that cheat code to wealth, house hack, do something. I mean, seriously, $34,000? If you can write the check, go nuts. If you got to charge your wedding, come on now. Inflation, something that I've been harping on for 9, maybe even 12 months, right? We like to talk about taxes. We like to talk about tax the rich on this channel because that's a quote that people like to throw around. Inflation, folks. Inflation is the most egregious, painful tax that we all pay. It is real. It is now more evident than ever. There was a survey done by Salary Financial. It's a weird name for a survey, but whatever. 45% of those surveyed are financially stressed. 76%, and this survey was over 3,000 people. 76% of respondents said inflation is damaging their budget. I told you, right? Go get that raise, work on that side hustle, needs versus wants. Get your money right course for $99. It tells you all the things you got to do to get your money right. ADP report came out yesterday. The big numbers tomorrow, but ADP came out and said 455,000 jobs, private payroll were created. Again, as we've seen month on month, ADP and the jobs number are not really correlated. They're way off, but it does give us a feel. Goldman Sachs is calling for a housing crash. Now, they are calling for a housing crash by 2025. And of course, this is not in the US, this is in Hong Kong. There's a lot of people wanting to exit Hong Kong, and they are calling for a 20% housing crash in Hong Kong. So if you ever wanted to go pick something up, you probably have an opportunity in the next 3 to 5 years as people exit. Now the 7th, that's this many, 7th Fed president, this one is Thomas Barkin, has come out and said a 0.5 point Fed rate increase is possible. Folks, this Fed pool of presidents has adopted the framework of Ben Bernanke, which is tell the market, so the market's not surprised. 0.5 point is coming. Book it. What else we got? PCE, the Fed's favorite inflation gauge, personal consumption expenditures came out. 6.4%. 6.4%. That was the highest since January of 1982. Wow. January 82. Remember what we talked about yesterday about the Fed getting to neutral. Do you remember that? That was yesterday's daily financial news. Neutral means the Fed funds rate, which today resides at about a quarter, needs to equal inflation. We said yesterday that their favorite inflation gauge is PCE. So that means, again, in this simple example, they have got to get the Fed funds rate up to at least 6.25, if not 6.5. Now, I'm not calling for that. I just want you to connect the dots about the discussions that we have. Next up, apartment rents could be falling in the next couple of years, according to billionaire real estate investor Marvy Finger. I actually had not heard of Marvy until about a month ago. He made the daily financial news because he sold half his Texas portfolio for $2.2 billion. That'll get your attention. If you're in real estate and somebody sells their portfolio for 2.2, you are going to read that article, which I did. He is basically being interviewed a bunch now because Marvy Finger has been developing products for 40 years. And he says the same thing happens all the time. Builders build, they overbuild. They will create gluts in certain cities. And he, again, as a very much Texas, Arizona builder, says it'll happen again. So he took chips off the table. And then finally, we had another earnings announcement this morning, a company called UiPath. They are in the automation software business. They beat top and bottom. I wanted to talk about what that meant. I got some questions the other day. When I say someone beat top or missed top you can think of as an income, right? It's the income statement. The very top of the line is revenue. How many widgets did you sell, right? How many widgets did you sell? What is the total? So that is top line, revenue. When I say they beat or missed bottom line, right? What does that mean? That means revenue minus all expenses. And then there is something left over. It's either a positive number or a negative number, right? Because some companies don't make any money. They're losing money. So when I say they beat top or bottom, that is what I mean. So again, UiPath beat top and bottom, but they missed or they gave very weak guidance. It wouldn't be shocking to see their stock down 15, 20% today. Folks, one thing you got to know about software companies, which I spent 30 years of my career in, is they have what they call regions. North America, Europe, Asia, likely the Fed, right, or the federal government is often its own region because they buy different. There are things out there that you need to watch because different regions go at different times. And right now, Europe is in trouble, right? Europe's likely facing a recession. They're likely facing some pretty significant some issues and challenges. So if you are a software company and you get a lot of your revenue from Europe, it's going to be tough. So UiPath is the first of many software companies to issue weak guidance. We probably have more coming. Folks, this is your daily financial news. We usually do it at 7:30, except on Thursdays when we do it at 7. We've been doing this together for more than 3 years. I hope you have a wonderful day. We've got a great lineup of interviews for you today. I hope you appreciate all the work we do. Again, this channel is not only about me, it's about 7, 8, 9 other experts that give me an hour every week to help you. If you like that, find your favorite, watch them. They all have their playlist. You can binge watch Anna Kelly. Anna Kelly, shout out yesterday. She sold her first fourplex. That was a very emotional story, right? That was the one she house hacked. She moved in with her 2 babies. She went through that whole story. It was pretty awesome. So again, watch Anna, watch Greg, watch Jonathan, watch the 3 Amigos. All amazing stuff. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.